Regardless religion, your status, your goals is where everyone grows from what everyone knows.
Sister Chat Radio, turn us on, enjoy the show. Nourishing for your soul.
Your purpose, your passion, yes, we can discuss. Designed just for you, yeah, you can trust us. Trust us, trust us.
Sister Chat Radio, turn us on, enjoy the show. Nourishing for your soul.
Regardless religion, your status, your goals is where everyone grows from what everyone knows.
Sister Chat Radio, turn us on, enjoy the show. Nourishing for your soul.
Your purpose, your passion, yes, we can discuss. Designed just for you, yeah, you can trust us.
Good evening and welcome to Sister Chat. We are here live from WSMR 100 FM, and we are so happy that you are here this evening joining us. I am Sarah Smith-Katz, aka Lady Sarah, and it is always a pleasure to be here with you folks.
And I am Deborah Kofer, aka Mama C, and ditto to what Sarah said.
And we also have behind the scenes Jen Newland and our own Holly Kearns. We hope that all of you are having a safe holiday season and that you are spending a little time with us, having a cup of coffee, so that we can share with you some of the things that are important to us. We are going to have our call-in guest, Cassandra Mack, just a little bit later. But before that, we want to thank our sponsor, brokersrealty.com, who is always there for us. They support us no matter what we do. They just recently were at our ladies conference, and they are just a great partner with Sistah Chat. And we want to thank John Rainville and Betty Piat for always being there and being such great supporters of us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you so much. Yes, I am really very fortunate to be one of the realtors with Brokers Realty. So if you have a need for either an auction or to purchase a property or to sell a property, please contact me. You can contact me through the Sistah Chat page, and I'll be glad to make sure that I come out and pay you a visit.
And I have to say that, the holiday season is a time that is very festive for many people, but there are also people who it's not so festive for. So, Cassandra is going to talk to us a little tonight about what to do to get through to the holidays if you don't have a significant other or family or people in your life in general who love you and are there for you. So stay tuned for that. Once we get Cassandra on the line, we're going to delve into that, because this is an important topic, because a lot of people do become very depressed and have anxiety attacks and all that during the holiday. And I think some just really start feeling sorry for themselves. And, we don't want you to do that, because life is beautiful and there are strategies you can use to battle the blues.
Well, and I have to say that sometimes our lives change.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes, all the time.
But I mean, from year to year, whether it's the loss of a loved one or if you've gone through divorce, I mean, It can be, there can be certain triggers through the holiday season. And I hope that Cassandra can give us some insight into how to navigate that, because, there are a lot of people out there that I'll tell you what, I've been out in the public quite a bit this holiday season, and I have to say that there are a lot of nasty people in this world.
Oh, yeah.
There really are. They say things, they're sharp, but especially I have noticed men being very, very rude to sales clerks and to women. You know what? If you feel miserable because you're out there shopping with your wife or significant other, stay the heck home.
Exactly. Who the heck needs the drama and the trauma that comes from the drama?
Well, and I have to say, I feel embarrassed for the wives, and they feel like they're going to just crawl underneath those racks because, the husbands are growling at all the salespeople. You know what? Who needs that?
Nobody needs that. Nobody definitely wants it. And, when you are discourteous to people, hey, don't think that doesn't come back, because karma always does its job.
Yes, it does. And boy, some of it could have been really swift this week.
Here's hoping.
You know what I'm looking forward to, though?
What?
I get to spend Saturday evening with my sisters because we are going to go on a pub crawl all around Main Street.
And I might be crawling.
No, we're not going to let you crawl. We'll each take a leg.
Oh, God. That might be a little challenging, Holly. Believe me when I tell you. Sometimes I have trouble picking myself up, especially when my back is acting up. Ooh, you never realize how important the back is until it starts acting
We'll
up.
put you on some roller skates and roll you around.
How about how about one of those little red wagons and just pull me down the street?
Okay.
Where there's a will, there's a way, so we just have to do whatever we have to do, and we have to keep laughing. And for the Grinches and all of the people who choose to act ugly to other people, let them do whatever they do, and we're not going to join them in their nastiness.
I do want to encourage everyone, though, that if you are in the charitable mood, that you find a charity of your choice, whatever it may be, and give to them, or to, if you see a homeless person on the street and they look like they're cold or they're hungry, think about what charity, because charity begins at home, but it never hurts to give somebody a warm cup of coffee, or, if you can do more than that, that's wonderful. But, please don't forget the folks that really do need your help during this holiday season.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing.
That works well. Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
that. And also, if you're really in the charitable mood and you're joining us on Saturday night, bring some gift cards. We will make sure that they're distributed to women that are in need. So,
Absolutely.
because that is something that is very near and dear to our heart, is to make sure that
Absolutely.
people are not forgotten just because, we're all in a festive mood.
Yeah, I agree. And, as a single mom, other single moms are near and dear to my heart, because I know what that struggle looks like, feels like, sounds like, and is, period. And it's not easy.
No,
it's
it's
very
not.
challenging. And a lot of women really fall down in the process of trying to take care of their children and take care of themselves. And I think that to a large degree, taking care of themselves they don't do too well with that.
Well, a lot of us don't.
Yeah, that's
Think about
true.
that. I mean, that's
true.
why we had the conference that we did, which was called the All About You conference, because people don't really take care of themselves the way that they should.
Women
Women
yes,
don't.
Women don't, because we're so busy. We've been conditioned to take care of everybody else. And I think that conditioning is deep rooted within the cockles of the souls of many of us. See, there's that word.
Cockles.
Is deep rooted. And I think
That's only if you have a male soul.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
But you know what? The desire and the need to take care of other people runs deep for a lot of women. And it's a matter of retraining your behavior, and putting yourself first and being okay with putting yourself first.
Well, if you don't take care of yourself, there's not going to be a healthy you to take care of others. So
That's
we
true.
all need to take a little time for ourselves. Like I always say, when I was a little girl, they used to have the Calgon Take Me Away commercial. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
And I used to laugh at that because my mother was never a woman to take time for herself. But it kind of it was like that seed that gets planted,
Right.
and then it grows, and I would think, oh, I need a Calgon moment,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
you're growing up.
Yeah, yeah. I am working on a project right now that I want to I guess, share with everyone in March, because it is all about us taking care of ourselves and understanding that the better we feel, the better able we are to take care of the people in our lives. Sometimes we're just so tired and we just say, oh, the heck with it. And we just acquiesce into the couch or the chair or wherever we want to prop ourselves. And, sometimes things begin to go a little haywire. In order to keep on top of things, we ourselves have to be feeling our very best. And that requires that we take time out for ourselves. And I'm learning to do that a lot better than I used to. And I do think that my health has improved because of it. I still have my back challenges every now and then, but I know how to manage that. And I know that I can't overdo. So
that is for sure.
Yeah, overdoing will send you over the cliff.
Well, you got to rest
Fast.
up for Saturday night.
Oh, God. Yes, I know.
Get your dancing shoes out.
Yeah, but I'm working Saturday and Sunday, so I'm going to have to figure out how that's all going to work, because if I overtire myself Saturday night, Sunday is not going to look well. So I'm just looking at how to balance all that out. And you know what? I hate to act like an old lady, but, sometimes.
But you are one.
I know, I am one, exactly.
Not really.
I'm
right on your heels there, so let's not talk about that one.
No, I guess we will just bypass that topic a little bit.
But we plan on starting it. Of course, if you have not signed up for this, we are sold out. We are sold out. So
yeah, next year. Yeah. Hiatus.
We will not have an event again until 2019.
Yay.
Ooh, yep.
Well, we are going to be planning our Mother's Day tea. So, if you are folks out there that are interested in joining us and getting to know us and being part of what we do, we will be having our annual Mother's Day tea. So we look forward to having all of you join us for that. And we also hope that you will join us for all of our upcoming events, because, we do have several of them across over the year.
Yeah.
And what you need to look out for is probably in the next 2 weeks, we'll release information about our New Year's brunch, which will be coming up in January. It's also going to be our mini celebration of Deborah's birthday.
Yes,
comes
we have
around
that every
that.
year.
I'll be officially 65 years old. You know what?
Is.
When I think about that, I realize that that's nothing but a number. No matter what age you are, it's about your attitude and how you feel. There are days when I get up out of my bed and I definitely feel the aches and the pains and I want to get back into bed. However, I remember that there is so much to do and I have so much life to live and I'm enjoying it. But like I said, I have more life than I have time. And I've seriously thought about putting some of my life on the up for auction. So, Sarah, just in case, because there are people out there who don't have a life and need a life. I can sell them some of my life.
Where will that first bid go? Okay. Well, guess what, Deb?
What?
Guess who's on the phone?
Cassandra?
Cassandra is joining us. Hello, Cassandra.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, all right.
How are you doing?
I am doing fantabulous. How are all of you beautiful ladies doing this evening?
We are doing great, and we are so happy to have you joining us this evening.
Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy to be joining you.
Well, Cassandra, you and I have known each other and been sisters for about 25 years. And, the support and the love we share is so special to me. And I just want to thank you on air for being the woman that you are and staying steadfast to the women's empowerment movement and expanding opportunities for women to be all they can be and feel good about themselves in the process.
Oh, the love, admiration, and respect to my dear sister is mutual. I feel the same way about you, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about your strategies for empowered living, because we know that that's really what you wanted to bring to us this evening, to talk a little bit about how people can really make it through these holidays.
You know, this is a really, really, I'm so glad you're doing this topic, because this is a topic that is often so overlooked and people are really struggling.
I agree.
When we watch the commercials, when we, listen to the radio, we hear all of the exciting things about the holidays, and I love the holidays. I love Christmas and all of the holidays. But there are so many people who are struggling, who are lonely, who get depressed around the holidays, who have serious, serious issues with their families, and they actually dread the holidays. So this is a really important topic. And I think that there are a couple of things to keep in mind to get through the holidays with your happiness, to hold on to your happiness, and to not get stressed out over the holidays. There are a couple of things to keep in mind. So should I just go and jump in? Or?
Just go right ahead.
We would love to have you jump in, because I don't know if you heard our conversation earlier, but I was saying that I've been out in the public this week, and I have seen so many miserable people, husbands with wives that are just being so incredibly rude. And how do people navigate that?
You know, I think the thing is, particularly when you're talking about de-stressing during the holidays and keeping you happy during the holidays and not being miserable, the first thing is to focus on what you have and not what you wish it could be. It's really about gratitude, because I think, as I said, there's so much hoopla. We get so caught up in the materialism, the tree, the lights, that we don't always focus on what we have. We're so busy in wish mode. You look at a wonderful life and you say, I wish I could, have a life like that. You see all the holiday hoopla, I wish I could have a situation like that. So I think the key is to really focus on what you have and not what you wish it could be. I think the other thing is to be realistic. Be realistic. You want to keep your expectations in balance when you're thinking about the holidays. You might have friends that have close-knit families, and they get together during the holidays, and it's a wonderful time. And if that's not your situation, be realistic about your situation. I think that's a good thing. I think the other thing is set a spending limit. If you exchange gifts or purchase gifts, don't overspend on gifts to look rich and to impress people, because that's the big thing. People get themselves in so much debt during the holidays. So set a spending limit, or make gifts, or do something special in terms of paying it forward. So I think those are a couple of things that are helpful in terms of minimizing some of the holiday stress.
I think that's very wise, Cassandra, because what I stopped doing is using my credit cards. If I can't
big.
pay for it with cash, I don't buy it, because I don't ever want to be in that rut again where I'm worrying how I'm going to pay my credit card bills.
And you know what? I think that people have to realize that they have to be real about what their circumstances are. One of the things we're doing with the kids this year, we're not putting up a tree. We're not buying gifts. We want to spend quality time with them. We want to do whatever we can to create memorable moments for them. And that doesn't always include a Christmas tree and a whole bunch of gifts. And, I think that time with the people you love is so much more important than the things.
Right. That's right.
And then we won't have to worry about, where the money's coming from, how we stress ourselves out with, how do we meet their gift needs and all that. It makes no sense. It stresses people out. And by the time the holiday is over, half of the folks are in a serious depression.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I think that we have to become a lot more sensible when it comes to what the important things in life are. Wouldn't you say, Cassandra?
Absolutely. And I think, I love how you said in terms of creating memorable moments. I think that's key. Sometimes just paying it forward is a big thing, because sometimes we're so focused on how overwhelmed we feel, how lonely we feel, that there might be an elderly neighbor who would appreciate having tea with you. there might be children in a children's ward who would appreciate having stories read to them, or collecting hats and gloves for people. So there are so many things that we could do to take the focus off of ourselves, particularly for anyone who might be struggling during this time of year, and pay it forward and do something wonderful that puts a smile on someone else's face.
Well-
And when you know that you're the reason for that smile, that does something to lift your spirit and make you feel good, and you don't feel as depressed. You know, it lifts your spirit.
Let's not forget our elderly in the nursing homes too, because
That's right.
you know, I have a mom that is 96 years old, and it just brings a smile to everyone's face when I go there. My daughter goes there, and you know, you don't just stop to see your loved one. You speak to everyone that's there, stop for a moment, and just a kind word or a smile will make these elderly folks' day.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
I think it's so important to reach out to community. This is big. This is big. Reach out to community. So if anyone is listening and you feel lonely or isolated, seek community. Reach out to someone, be it a neighbor, your local place of worship. Are there any local agencies that need help during this time, that need someone, you know, to give out food, and you can use part of your day to help others, volunteering your time? These are all ways that not only can you lift your spirits, but you can begin to make new friends, make new connections, and broaden your sense of community. You got to reach out. So don't stay home feeling isolated. Reach out. Let people know how you feel. Tell a coworker you're spending the holidays alone, and let people know how you're really feeling and doing. And I think the other key piece is acknowledge your feelings. Don't keep your feelings bottled up inside.
Absolutely.
So if you're feeling stressed, or you're feeling a little blue about the holidays, maybe someone close to you has recently died, or maybe you live far away with your family. There are so many different situations that contribute to feeling depressed and stressed around the holidays. So know that feeling a little down, or feeling a little like you're going through grieving, that's normal. Don't beat up on yourself for your normal feelings. And it's okay to take time to cry. It's okay to express your feelings.
Absolutely.
You can't force yourself to put a smile on your face just because it's the holiday season. But I think the key is don't stay stuck there. Acknowledge how you feel. Get those feelings out and do something, the smallest little thing that puts a smile on your face. It could be enjoying a cup of coffee, a cup of hot cocoa, something really small that just lifts your spirit.
Absolutely. And, you know, when you go out, you can say, I'm going to smile at everyone who I catch eye to eye. Because sometimes a smile is all that somebody needs.
You know, I got a little chuckle the other night because I have a friend on Facebook. Actually, I know her in person too, but actual friend. But she travels a lot. She works for the YMCA, the National YMCA, and she put on Facebook the other night that she was going to do because she's always traveling. She said, "I'm going to do my favorite pastime. I'm going to look people randomly in the eye and smile at them at Newark International Airport." And I thought, well, that's a really cool idea to make things a little bit more kind.
Absolutely.
We also want to remind everyone that is listening within the Stroudsburg, Monroe County area that we do have a helpline here. It is 211, and it is now manned 24 hours a day, so that if you are feeling really depressed, or you feel like you need some help, don't be afraid to call 211 and express what your needs may be, because there is somebody there that can help you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that, you know, when we focus more on being kind and doing things that will help other people make it through the holiday, we make it through the holiday as well.
That's true. That's very true. Cassandra, talk to us a little bit about your book series. You're just an amazing writer, and you have such a wonderful way of communicating with people.
Awesome. There are a couple. There's Grab a Girlfriend and Go. There's the Soul Fast Workbook. So I'll start with Grab a Girlfriend and Go, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the Soul Fast Workbook and a planner. I'm so excited about this planner that I have that can really help people create their vision, write the vision, make it plain. But let's start with Grab a Girlfriend and Go.
Okay.
So one of the books that I'm really excited about is the whole series. It's called Grab a Girlfriend and Go Take Your Life Back. And what it is it's a 30-day program to really begin to get out of stagnation, to look at what's not working in your life, and to begin to put some tips, tools, and tactics in place to move your life forward. A lot of times as women, we go through periods where we don't feel like we are the woman we used to be. And one of the things I always talk about is that as women, there is beauty to be had and there is purpose to be found in every decade of life. And so the resounding message of Grab a Girlfriend and Go is about unleashing your beauty and finding your purpose. And then I take you through a 30-day process of being able to do that. So that's with all the Grab a Girlfriend and Go series books. And they're all available. All of my books are available at Amazon.com. The other book I quickly want to tell you about is the Soul Fast Workbook, which is the spiritual detox. We all have those people in our lives.
Oh, yes, we do.
Really, really negative
Yeah.
and can get the best of us. And sometimes it's just our own negative thinking. Like we wake up and we're like, boy, I feel really horrible. And so what the Soul Fast Workbook is, it's a 40-day detox to just kind of cleanse your system out psychologically, spiritually, to get rid of stinking thinking, and to get yourself in a strong, resilient headspace.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever done like any kind of cleanse, like the Master Lemonade diet cleanse, the Soul Fast Workbook is kind of like a lemonade cleanse for your mind. It's not about what you're eating, but it's about what's eating you.
Absolutely.
And so that's also available at Amazon.com. And then the last one is my planner. And it is a 2019 planner scheduler, and it's called See It, Speak It, Write It, Do It.
All
And
right.
it looks at what are your visions for 2019? What are your goals? What are the things that you want to do differently? And then what the planner does is it allows you to break it down month by month, week by week, so that you can begin to get a plan to bring your goals into fruition. So those are some of the resources that I have available for you. And it's all available, as I said, at Amazon.com. And you can also go to my website, StrategiesForEmpoweredLiving.com, and that'll take you to the link for all of my books.
Cassandra, tell us, who was your inspiration?
Say that one more time. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Who was your inspiration?
So many. Oh, so many people. Grandmother, I talk about her all the time.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother is one of my biggest inspirations. May she rest in peace. She was a very strong woman who was so full of wisdom. My mother, all of the women in my family, women like Oprah. I mean, there are so many people, but the main person is really my grandmother. Her main goal, she was a woman who was very rich in spirit. She was very rich in wisdom. She didn't have a lot of money. She wasn't conventionally rich, but she was rich in wisdom and in knowledge. And one of the things she did was she would get together with all of her daughters and make coffee every Saturday. And that was her way of keeping the family together. And when the aunts would get together, they would bring all of us, the cousins, and we would all come around the family and just talk about different things. But her goal was keeping a close-knit family. 3 generations later, she's went on, died, went on. We are still close. We travel together, and she was the impetus for that. So she was one of my big inspirations. And a lot of my writing, a lot of the sayings that I say in many of my books, a lot of the wisdom that I share comes from our conversations that she would have with me when I was a little girl.
And that's so important. I think that as a living grandmother, one of the things that I do is to share the wisdom that I have with my grandchildren. Of course they she poo poo me and like, oh, grandma, really? But one day all of this will come back to them and they'll remember, and they'll have that treasure chest of tools and resources that they can use to improve the quality of their life. It may not mean a lot to them right now, but it will as they age and they grow into maturity.
So do you feel that your grandmother was also the woman that